Reading James again, I've been struck with some of his severe language. At times, he sounds like one of those preachers of bygone days preaching hellfire and damnation. Here's a sampling, 2:20. Are you willing to recognize, you fool, that faith without works is useless? And in 4:4, he addresses his readers as adulterers. You adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with the world is hostility with God? You know, not a good way to win friends and influence people. These fools and adulterers are enemies of God. You are sinners also, verse 8, chapter 4. Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners. Purify your hearts, you double-minded. And verse 9 too. Be miserable and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning and your joy to gloom. Chapter 3, verse 6. The tongue is a fire ignited by the fires of hell itself, the last part of verse 6. In verse 8, no one can tame the tongue. It's a restless evil and full of deadly poison. 3:15, you think you're so smart, but this wisdom is not that which comes down from above, but earthly, natural, demonic. Listen to chapter 5, verse 5 and 6. You have lived luxuriously on the earth and led a life of wanton pleasure. You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter. You have condemned and put to death the righteous man. He does not resist you. All of this comes from James, the brother of Jesus. But it was gentle Jesus, meek and mild, who called certain people a brood of vipers, whitewashed tombs. Those harsh words were reserved to those people who kept others from the kingdom of God, who kept others from getting saved. You know, maybe the language does sound a little over the top to us, maybe a bit archaic, not very tactful. It's not the way I would have said it. But if nothing else, it brings out to us the seriousness of sin. This is not a game we're playing. There really is a hell and a devil and demons who are out to destroy us. We are not offering a feel-good religion. We're trying to rescue people from hell and spending eternity in hell separated from God. And God is not some heavenly Santa Claus whose only purpose of existence is to make us happy and give us what we want. He is a holy God who is not to be trifled with. And yet, see how James ends his letter in chapter 5, verse 19 and 20. My brethren, if any among you strays from the truth and one turns him back, let him know that he who turns a sinner from the error of his way will save his soul from death and will cover a multitude of sins. It's about the people. It's not about what you accomplish in this life. It's not about what toys you collect or about how much security you cushion yourself with. It's about the people.